Hello, good day everyone. This is Philip again, and welcome back to our channel, to my channel. This is Psychology and Social Issues. And in our previous video, we've discussed about introduction to psychology. And for those who would like to have a review for those students and practitioners who are in the field of psychology, who would like to review about the definition of psychology, please do check that video. The link will be posted here. And then let's continue with this topic. In our previous video, we talked about the scientific study and how to do a real, how to conduct psychology, how to practice properly psychology apart from common sense psychology. And of course, in our previous video, we defined what is psychology. That is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. And again, we've talked about the different ideas or how to do a scientific method. Now, in this video, yes, please stay tuned because I'll be talking about steps or different steps, the five different steps or five basic steps how to do scientific psychology. Okay, so before I'm going to start, please do like and share this video so that everyone will know. And please do subscribe to my channel and so that we get to continue our discussion. If you have any questions, suggestions, or any ideas, please do comment in the comment section below. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to share my PowerPoint. Okay, the steps in scientific method. So again, in my previous video, we've defined psychology as the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. Now again, when we talk about scientific method, it is something to do with order, step-by-step process. Okay? Now, how do we really conduct scientific method in the field of psychology? Now, these are the steps. So, we'll have a quick explanation for each step so that we'll get to have a common understanding. Okay? For those who are students and go on, this is just simply a basic review. And for those who are not in the field of psychology, and this is for you to somehow understand what we are doing in the field of psychology. Okay. So step one, observe and theorize. So we do before we conclude on something, we have to observe and theorize. Okay. So again, the first, there should be a problem or the issue. I mentioned that one in the previous video, the first video I presented when we defined psychology. So there should be a problem. Okay, my example was somebody approach you, which is common thing happen to students and practitioners, and then they will ask you, so how can you explain this behavior? For example, a mother approach you, my son is behaving this way. So can you explain? So something like that. And then these mothers would like to have an immediate explanation of what they are asking. So basically, that's the problem you are going to address. So step one, you're going to observe and theorize. Of course, you're going to tell to the mother that you cannot give an immediate answer or guess to what you are asking. I'm going to do a scientific study of your problem, of what you are asking, because that's what we are doing in the field of psychology. Because if I'm going to give an immediate answer, that's common sense psychology, and we are not doing that one. Okay, so again, step one is observe and theorize. So you have already the problem, no, about the child. You're going to observe the behavior. You're going to observe the child. Okay, you observe the child. It depends how long you need to observe or what kind of data you're going to collect. That will answer uh, that will answer eventually the questions asked by the mother. So you observe and then come up with a theory or a tentative explanation. So theory. So this is why in the field of psychology, later on we will talk about different theories in psychology. So you observe and then you come up with a theory. So that theory of yours is not the one that you are going to give to the mother as an explanation. You use the theory for your guide in order for you to test that theory if that is really happening to the child. Okay, again, so you observe and then you come up with theory or get theories that will somehow explain to the problem. And then step two, from the theory, you have research or get, you're going to come up with a hypothesis because the existing theories in the field of psychology or any other field, at some point they have been proven true in a specific situation, but not necessarily true on the current problem you are attending. Okay? So that is why after acquiring theory or theories, you're going to come up from that theory, you're going to come up with a hypothesis. Okay? So you formulate a hypothesis. In our next video, we will explain what's the difference between the theory and hypothesis in our next video. So formulate a hypothesis. A hypothesis, the easiest way to understand hypothesis is just simply a guess. A guess. But again, the same with step one, you don't give that guess to the mother who is asking about the behavior of her son. That the hypothesis or that guess is just simply your guide in doing the scientific method. Okay? Oh, for example, the mother is asking about her son being bullied inside the classroom. Okay? Inside the classroom. So you observe, you go to the classroom, you observe and then theorize, and then you're going to say, you come up with a theory, you identify different theories. So for example, the social learning theory. You try to use it in explaining, but of course you don't tell the mother, it's social learning theory. No, you just identify, try to use it, a social learning theory, and then what is social learning theory about is that a person learns behavior from the environment. So basically, you're telling yourself that possibly the child is bullied because that child learned that bullying from somewhere. So you're going to formulate hypothesis. So you formulate like this, like if a child learns behavior like this, the child will apply it inside the classroom. Okay? So if the child learns a behavior or if the child is exposed to a specific behavior from other people, the child will follow. It could be like that. If the child is exposed with bullying behaviors from other people, or especially older than the child, he will do it inside the classroom. So that's hypothesis. Step three, you design a study. So in designing a study, you decide, as a psychology practitioner, you decide whether you're going to conduct an experimental study, you conduct experiment, you modify the environment and observe how the person or the child behaves. Or you conduct interview. You conduct interview from the teacher, the mother, the parents, classmates. You can also do a psychological testing survey. So again, it depends what kind of data that you need. There's no limit. If you're going to say, I need to conduct experiment, I need to conduct survey, I need to conduct interview, then do it. You just have to combine the result, and that would give you a better understanding of the behavior that you are studying. So again, you need to understand different design of a study. That is why in one of the or several subjects in the field of psychology, they talk about different research designs. Okay, so step 4. So this is the most somehow crucial part. So after you identify the design, whether you're going to conduct experiment, collect interviews, surveys, questionnaires. So what you are doing is that you are collecting data. So for experiment, be sure it is clear in your mind what kind of data you are collecting. So in that case, in the example, in an experiment, you are looking for a specific behavior or response coming from the child every time you modify the environment. For surveys, for interviews, you are looking for information or responses from your interviewees about the behavior of the child, about uh, about the child's environment, relationship in the family. Okay, so like something like that. And then with questionnaires, with surveys, it is something to do with, for example, aggression level. It could be like that. Emotional intelligence. It could be like that. Okay, and then you're going to combine that one. And then lastly, after you collected all the data, you're going to analyze. You're going to analyze. You're going to come up with conclusion. And in psychology, we don't just simply stop in the conclusion part. What we need to do is to answer and address the behavior or the problem raised to us. That's the time we need to apply the results. So again, we've collected the data, we've analyzed, and then come up with conclusions. Then basically, you need to come up with an intervention program or recommendation to the person asking about her son. So whether you're going to tell the mother to visit a psychologist, to do counseling, to modify the environment, it depends on the kind of conclusion you have coming from the data. Okay? So again, these are the important steps in the conduct of psychology, real conduct of psychology. Again, this is to avoid common sense psychology, which is dangerous and that might be a threat to your career in the field of psychology. So, as psychologists, as for those psychology practitioners, please be reminded of these steps. As students of psychology, and for those who are psychology students and practitioners, always remember these 5 steps so that you will not fall into the trap of common sense psychology. Okay? So thank you very much. And please do like and share this video so that everyone will know and so that everyone will be reminded to conduct scientific study in psychology. And please do subscribe to my channel. So thank you very much and see you in our next video.